if I were to go purely on my social media, off my social media analysis of relationships, one, I'd never allow myself to be in a relationship.
That explains it.
Yeah, like...
Which is interesting because I think the power of anonymity allows people to share a lot more.
Yes.
And there's a way it just, as in they just give so much information. But I think it's mostly because they are comfortable doing it anonymously because they know if they mentioned it like openly, outright, maybe they'll be judged. Actually, more often than not, they'll probably be judged.
Yeah.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Welcome to the Breakdown Podcast, where I talk about love, sex, and relationships from a guy's perspective, as well as a bunch of other guy shit. The man on the mic is a man who likes his women the same exact way he likes his yogurt. He is also a man who may include running his mouth to a cardio routine. It is none other than your tall, dark, and mildly handsome man, Sir Denver B. And the most interesting part about today is that I'm not alone. Yeah. I have another man on the mic. Interestingly enough, this is a man who's been on the mic for years.
I have.
But you haven't just been on the mic. You've been on TikTok as well.
Yes.
You've been on TV as well.
Yes.
You've been on radio as well.
Yes.
Although that one is a bit more of like unlockable information.
Yeah, you have to pay to get the next subscription.
Exactly. Wesley Jeff, a.k.a. Wes from our story.
Bana.
What's up, man?
It's been a long time. I'm good. It's a pleasure to be finally physically on your podcast, man. How long has it been?
5 years we've known each other.
5 years,
like,
man.
That's actually so
It's
funny.
hilarious. It's hilarious. We're talking about it off camera and we're like, wow, guys can really have the most authentic connections from afar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think you and one other person are people that I've known online that I've never really spoken to. Like people from like 20 years ago would think of it as a paranormal relationship.
Yeah.
But like us guys have known each other for years. We've chatted for years. Hell, we've even done an episode together for years, like back when I was still in my earlier sort of podcasting days. And like this is the first time we're actually physically
Sitting
meeting.
down. Let me tell you, I was talking to someone about it.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, we can't reduce the online space anymore. We can't say online is a separate thing from our lives.
Exactly.
Because I'd say we've known each other for a long time. We've had a relationship for a long time. It's just that we've never met physically. What's so different with having what people used to have back in the day called pen pals?
Exactly. I was actually thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, fangirling aside.
Yeah. Let's not get sidetracked.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know you, that are getting to know you for the first time, because I've had a couple of new guys coming in recently, which thank you. Listen more and get on the socials too.
Yeah.
You know, like I like having followers so that I can bring in more guys like Wes, even though he is a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Who is Wes? Who is, like, where did it start from? Because I think there's some people that only know you from TikTok.
Yeah,
But
for
like,
sure.
what's the story? Where did all of this start?
I always find that question so wide and so hard to answer because, like you said, a lot of people know me from very different spectrums.
True.
Some people will know me from TikTok as Wes from my story. Other people will know me as Wesley Jeff,
Yeah.
the lawyer. And some people will know me as Wes, the politician.
That's true.
So I balance all these things. So if I were to say who Wes is, I am by day a lawyer. That's what I'm trained to do. Soon to be advocate, by the way.
Ooh, congratulations. Congratulations in advance.
Yeah, congratulations, but we have to talk about that program. It's kicking my ass, but I'm kicking back. I'm kicking back for sure. But yes, I'm a lawyer by training. I've been a podcaster for a long time. That's how me and you met.
True.
And through podcasting, you actually gave me the advice to go on TikTok. And on TikTok, I took my stories from the podcast to TikTok, and people loved it. So yeah, on one side, I'm a lawyer, I'm a TikToker, and I'm also a politician. I've been in politics, national politics, for about 5 years, give or take. And progressively now. So about the same time that we've known each other, I've been in politics. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that whole switch, because when we met, we were mostly discussing relationship topics, and we used to have so much fun just bouncing off of each other's ideas. Then at some point when you mentioned getting into politics, like I found it to be interesting because back then, the whole idea of quote unquote young people getting into politics wasn't really that common of a thing that
Yeah.
people would hear. The people that you'd hear doing that are people that were getting into student councils, like the people that were very ambitiously trying to get into politics, as opposed to now. So where exactly did that desire come from?
So let me tell you, the funny thing is, even at the point we are meeting, I've just gotten disappointed by politics.
Damn.
Yeah. So I was running for president of law school.
Ooh.
Which, by the way, I did not want to run.
Yeah.
So I'll shorten that story. I got a gig in school,
Yeah.
within the law fraternity for my school, to write them a new constitution.
Oh.
So I was chairing the committee that was writing the law school
Damn.
constitution. And let me tell you, that's a heavy thing.
Yeah.
To write a constitution for lawyers.
Like writing a constitution for anything.
It's already a problem.
Yeah, even for a friend group is hard. Like you had to take it alone.
So now it comes to a point where people want new rules for elections and whatnot. So I'm tasked with that. I find myself there. This is my kind of thing. I love procedure and law.
Yeah.
So I write it, very successful. It gets inaugurated in the school. And then people start whispering in my ear, you know, Wes, you're the one who wrote it. So who best to implement it than you? So that was my first taste in politics. And I ran a good race, but I lost, I think, by 20 votes.
Oof.
Story for another day.
Oh, you should have told me. I'd have hit up some people.
I know, but it was really internal, and part of it was my fault. I stuck to my guns too much. I did not know how to play politics then, to say the things that need to be said to get by. So I really stuck to this is what West believes in, and it cost me.
About that, like the whole saying what it is that people want to hear. Like, do you feel like that's what makes politics seem sleazy but makes it necessary?
Yes. Because and we'll talk about it as we go on, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you become what the electorate wants you to become. You are one thing, but then you get there, they're like, okay, so we like what you're saying, but what about this thing you've not mentioned? So if they're telling you to say you hate white shirts because we are dressed in black shirts, you have to say, I've never even really liked white shirts, man.
White shirts are the worst thing on planet Earth. Those things get dirty in 15 seconds. Eh?
In fact,
why would you bother? Huh?
In fact, white shirts remind me of colonialism, and you'll have to go with it, and that's something you'll have to say. I mean, that's how it is generally in politics. So I stuck to my guns. I did not know that rule of politics. So I lost. I could even count the people who didn't vote for me because they were pissed at me. So yeah, I write the constitution. That gets done. I lose. So at the point where I lose,
Yeah.
you're about to say something dumb, aren't you?
Do you know the reason you gave is the exact same reason I'd expect a politician to give? Like, those things remind me of colonialism.
You must say then there's been some growth since then, no?
Clearly.
Because, so now at this point where now it's 2020, I've lost. No, it's 2019, I've lost. Right?
Yeah.
So in 2020, the guy who wins, COVID comes. So he doesn't get to implement anything because now we've gone home and then he's basically online. So he has to also figure out his leadership to tailor the new way of learning. So I saw it as a positive because that's not the thing I had promised people.
Yeah.
I had promised people that if I get in, at the time Sakaja, Mr. Nairobi in work, which doesn't work really.
Bwana Dimples.
Bwana Dimples was a really good senator then. So I wanted to get him to school to talk about the process of lawmaking and sort of like inspire people within the school. That was my whole game plan, right?
Yeah.
And getting him would have gotten me Mutula Kilonzo, who's now a governor, and Cleopas Malala.
Yeah.
The 3 senators who were very young at the time, right?
I like it.
Yeah, so...
I like it. You had a game plan. You had a very good game plan, by the way.
So I lose, but then now COVID happens. Even my plan, even if I had won, would never have worked.
Yeah.
Right? So I decided in my mind, I want to chase national politics. That's how I end up finding my way in a party, which is a very funny story, but I'll let you get the conversation. But yeah, I ended up joining that. That's how my interest in national politics came from a loss in school.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I got an L in school. Granted, it wasn't in politics, and I can remember right after I got the L because it wasn't anything that big. It was a modeling pageant thing. So I kind of got an L, and I can remember I felt so done with it.
Yeah.
I actually got to the point where I basically just felt like I had been betrayed almost by everyone, even though they're not entitled to give me their votes and everything.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, like you go through that, and then, especially since I was so popular at the time, actually out of everyone I was with, I was the most popular.
And I got some of the choir, my guy.
And I got some of the least votes. so me not getting it, I can remember I felt so done with people. Okay, granted, there were other issues that affected why my vote was so messed up. Because like even the system, apparently, my photo and my name were off to the side and most people were voting with their phones, so they couldn't see it. Yeah, I was shafted
you got
like
done
that.
in by a system. Oh
Yes.
my, that's
Yes,
crazy.
servers failed me. so I can remember afterwards, like especially the following year, I really pulled away from interacting with people as much. I would take a different route because I can remember between the gate and the administration block, I take 10 minutes because every single time I'm walking, I'm just meeting people, I'm saying hi, I'm chatting for a little bit, and I move next person.
Yeah. You're really popular and famous at this point, right?
Exactly. And this was even before the whole modeling bit. So going through all of that, then experiencing that L, I can remember my dad was like, yeah, now you should probably run for student council. And I was like, you are mad.
Your dad is a wise man. Let me tell you why. Because that story is so familiar for me because remember at this point I've just done something new in the school, right?
Yeah.
I've delivered them a constitution that everybody seems to like, this is good work.
Yeah.
So now they have a new guidance. Even the election is being carried out under this new constitution.
True.
So now I'm very popular at that time.
Yeah.
However, I am a fourth year or a third year, second semester guy. So I'm pretty senior in the school.
Yeah.
The guy I'm competing with is a second year, first semester. But when I was admitted, we were admitted as 28 people. Their class has 100 people. So I was off on the math right from the beginning. Right?
Yeah.
So at the point where I have lost, this guy who is a second semester guy, first semester, second year, happens to be one of the guys that were in my mentee group. So yeah, teacher-student dynamics. So
that is
even
an
he
interesting
was
fight.
afraid.
Yeah.
Even he was coming to me like, if you win, this is like he was sure he's not gonna win.
Yeah.
So let me tell you now, I lose. I remember the election was somewhere, I think on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, can't remember really quite well. But I lose, I go home. Guys in their minds thought I'd be out of school for like 2 weeks. So me, I took from between Wednesday and Thursday, took the weekend, came back to school on Tuesday. Guys were looking at me. At first I felt like everybody could see the loss.
Exactly.
But
like you can feel the eyeballs.
Yes, but everybody was surprised, like, you're back so soon after taking an L. So me, I'm just walking around school, and then I remember there was this first year I used to know. I'm not gonna mention her name, but at that point she changed my name from Wes to Titanium.
Hey.
I know, right? Biggest compliment ever. She couldn't believe I'm back in school at that time, because even them who are my supporters were reeling from the loss. Yeah, they're like, life moves on, my guy. But inside, ilikuwa nalia, kusikia uchungu.
Oh yeah, I basically stopped being as social as I used to be. Like I would take a different route. I would go and I would just chill by myself, not bother with anyone.
Yeah,
but
it's that thing you said. It was not a big thing, but at that moment, it's the biggest thing you could probably set your ambition on at that time. So.
Exactly, and especially after putting in so much work, there's a way it just hurts.
Absolutely, because now the climax of it is winning or losing.
Yeah.
So winning extends the high for a little bit before you settle into the actual work.
Yeah.
Losing cuts your dreams immediately.
Exactly.
So I know what you mean. I really know what you mean.
And the wildest part was, like, I think it was like even an hour before the results were announced, I already had an idea that I wasn't going to get it. And I don't know why. Like, even then, there's still that hope that you have.
Yeah.
And then once you don't get it, it just gets pulled off. But anyways. So like, do you feel like that sort of insight, like going into politics, do you feel like it really like shifted how you see people and how you think about people in general? Whether it's just people in general or whether it comes to a lot of the relationship talk that you've had, like did it alter a lot of that?
My relation with people and interactions and stuff like that.
Yeah, like especially understanding people.
I think it made it better. Because I don't know if you ever had the dynamic or the thing that people say. Sometimes you get to know a person after you've broken up with them. Have you had that?
Oh no, that's interesting insight. I haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah. Like sometimes there's some things about this person in the relationship that you will not see because you're in the relationship.
Yeah.
But once you're outside, you're like, okay, how did I miss this?
Yeah, like the whole rose-colored glasses thing, or
Yeah.
like when you're this close to something, but then when you
Yes.
take a step back and you realize it's not that.
And also, in a lot of how people leave each other,
yeah.
their true nature comes out. Even if you're expressing an emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, disappointment, it comes out. So when I answer that question, I usually say it helped me understand people better. Because people will smile at your face and literally you can't really take people at their word because you never really know what's on their mind. You get?
Yeah.
So it kind of showed me to, one, give people a lot of grace. Two, not to take things to heart sana. Like, to heart sana. Me, I remember there was a person who voted for me. But then me, I don't know why. Kura yangu mingi ilikuwa ya madem. So,
Well, I feel like there's obvious reasons, but you know,
hey,
it's not like I can
I'm
put
not
my
saying-
finger on it, but you know,
Yeah, but
just saying.
kura yangu mingi ilikuwa ya madem. In fact, a lot of the campaign that was done, a significant chunk was from the female demographic. But I remember there was this one person who we are friends now. We're very much friends. But she was, I want to use a bad word, but hey, she was terrible to me that time. I remember she literally lined me up and asked me, tell me why I should vote for you. Why do you deserve my vote? And it's a fair question, but her tone was not friendly. It's like, tell
Exactly.
me why you deserve my vote and why I shouldn't give anybody else my vote but you. So I gave her my reasons. And then she was like, I'm not satisfied. So I'm like, maybe that's... And I tried to be calm about it because ujue, that's the morning of the kura. So siezi choma sai. So nikamwambia, maybe it's because you gave me literally 1 minute to pitch myself. So maybe if you had more time. So
Smartly done.
It helped me understand people better, I think.
Yo, my reaction would have been explains a lot, but
Maybe you should leave politics to the politicians, my guy.
but like it really does something to you. Like once you finally take a step back and look at it.
Yeah, it does. It does, because one thing I've learned to let go. I was just telling you, I recently got my phone lifted off me.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was
It
graciously
went to a charitable-
redeemed.
It went to a charitable foundation. But yeah, I got my phone stolen.
Charitable and foundation are
Right?
wild.
So I got my phone stolen, but I remember the mindset I had on it was, I started laughing. I loved that phone. It was my dream phone for sure, but I started laughing. Why? Because I made peace with it very quickly. It's something I came to learn of that loss and about people generally.
Yeah.
It's always good to have, you give people grace,
Yeah.
but you also have the mental, like uko na hiyo capacity ya let it go.
Yeah, you give them grace, but also the elasticity to allow them
Yes.
to kind of pull. But then once they're done,
Once it's done,
Yeah, like you
leave
just
it.
go back to
yeah,
being you.
because like I was saying, people didn't expect me to see me back so soon, right?
Yeah.
They expected me to sort of like mull it over, be bitter. Me, I would find people who are campaigning against me, and they would be like, I'd join a table because they're hanging out with mutual friends, right? They have a friend in one person, I have a friend in that person. So I sit down.
yeah,
You could see them be uncomfortable. And I'd be like, relax, my guy. Kura iliisha what? And then they'd be like, how are you so cool? I actually met one of them in KSL. And still, they're still afraid of me to this day because they campaign against. I'm like, bro, it was school elections. Why are you still hung up on it now?
nah, that's because you moved up to the big leagues.
Oh, really? maybe so. Yeah, I wouldn't say it doesn't have anything to do with it. So
Yeah, but speaking of people, your platform handles a ton of stories.
yes,
You discuss a ton of relationship stories.
yes.
Are there stories that have reshaped how you view people and relationships today?
Yes. I don't know where to start. Like,
Okay, are there any that stand out? Like, give me, like, me. All right, the number one that probably stands out, or two or three.
I can give you two, but let me go to that question. Has it reshaped how I see people? Now that one has. Like, if I were to go purely on my social media, off my social media analysis of relationships,
Yeah.
one, I'd never allow myself to be in a relationship.
That explains it.
Yeah, like I stopped seeing myself as part of the story. Now I see myself as a vessel. Because there's something that happens to me on social media, right? That people see me as not only an outlet for their stories,
Yeah.
there's an illusion that people have that because you have a platform, you automatically know better about life.
Yeah.
So people come to you for advice.
Ooh.
So somebody, even right now, I'm sitting on a story that I haven't quite managed to find time to listen to. But that person came to me, and their major claim to coming back to me right now, I could read the text they wrote me. They wrote me and they told me, because you helped me last time, I think you're the best person to help me now. I cannot even remember what I helped them with or what I said. But they're telling me, because I had to ask to see if I can retrace this story. I was like, did I tell you what you wanted to hear, or did I actually help you? And she was like, no, you helped me.
Wait, but you deal with probably about at least a story a day, right?
Now it's gone down, but averagely, yes, a story a day.
Yeah.
When I'm active, there's always constantly stories.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even in a year, because you've been doing this for about 5,
Yeah.
6 years, actually.
Yeah.
Like, which is not too long from the amount of time we've known each other. Honestly speaking, I feel like sometimes people forget that, like, we deal with so much. Like,
Yeah.
even for me, like, there's times when people bring up an episode that I did, and it's like 300 episodes previously, and
Yeah.
and they expect that you know all of them.
Yeah, I mean, and it's the dynamic. Like, so to answer your question of how it has shaped I've started with relationships, how I see relationships, but I didn't finish.
Yeah.
I said, if I were to like just go off the analysis of my TikTok and the stories I get, I'd never be in a relationship. I'd never do marriage. I'd never do commitments, nothing.
Yeah.
Because people are fucked up out here. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Right? The things they do to each other, it's fucked up. And I'm not talking about mini fucked up at I cheated on some so and so. No. I'm talking about diabolical stuff that you read, you're like, what? You did that? And you're telling me? Why? If there was a jail for relationship offenses, you should be in jail, my guy. But then there's that aspect of it, and then there's the aspect of I've also learned the capacity of good for people from people.
Oh.
Yeah.
That I actually rarely ever hear.
I've learned, like, human beings are so multifaceted, right? Like, some of the best deeds I have done, right?
Yeah.
Have been as a result of my TikTok community showing up when I needed them to show up, and not for me.
Yeah.
So I have this thing I run as a foundation. I'll just mention it briefly. It's meant to help people go through school.
Yeah.
Primary school to secondary school. A lot of people get lost there.
Yeah.
Like you find a bright kid, amepata Max Poa, KCPE, or they alternate for it now, but they can't transition to secondary school.
Yeah.
So my goal is to scale that operation up where I can sponsor many people. So I started with one, and I can tell you for sure that all the support I got from TikTok, because my idea was to take this kid to school for 1 year constantly, like paid 1 year tuition fees. So haizifukuzwa shule. So the guardians, the friends, well-wishers around them, let them sort out everything in between.
Yeah.
But shule itaikuwa na excuse ya kumfukuza.
Yeah.
Understand?
Not unless if it's disciplinary.
Yes. So I'm big on education like that, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you every dime of that money was contributed through the online platform.
What?
Yes. And he went to a national school. He's now in his second year there.
That is inspiring. And you're like, let me just mention. Like, those are the inspiring stories that we need on camera.
Yeah. I'd like to, like, some of these things are very intimate, but I just wanted to touch on it as a thing I've learned about people through my social media. So I've learned, for me personally, to be in love and to be in relationships, I have to be a bit delusional and detached from social media.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
How special do you think you are that the person around you is not doing the same things you read every day? Soko ni chafu, bro.
That's true.
Soko ni
That
chafu.
is very true.
So yeah, me, I like to see myself. I stopped seeing myself, like I said, as a part of the story. Now I see myself as a conduit of the story.
Yes.
So you just we nipe story yako na ulizanga mpaka mtu unataka nini? Unataka advice, unataka ni post ama unataka what do you want?
Yeah.
Nakwambia unaweza nipe advice, but I want to see what people will say about it. Like literally people want to see how the general public will judge them without knowing it's them.
Which is interesting because I think the power of anonymity allows people to share a lot more.
Yes.
And there's a way it just, as in they just give so much information. But I think it's mostly because they are comfortable doing it anonymously because they know if they mentioned it like openly, outright, maybe they'll be judged. Actually, more often than not, they'll probably be judged. Yeah. So it is quite interesting. Even the whole bit on like if you look at yourself as a part of the story, it can very easily kind of hurt you. Like, have you ever heard of the story of the guy that built what was it, Match.com? Mm-hmm. It was like an online dating site before the Tinders and so on. Yeah. Apparently, his wife cheated on him with someone from Match.com.
Oh wow! Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, that's how you know soko ni chafu. But I feel like it's always been dirt. It's just that now we're starting to see just the extent of dirt that's there.
No, it's because the way I see it is because there's proof of it now. Do you know how I know? There's a very interesting version I had from someone.
Yeah.
Who was talking to the older generation, like a bit older, like our parents' age.
Yeah.
They were like, hii generation ya sahi mnapenda mambo ya ngono sana. So this kid was like, hey, mzee, let me school you today. Akamwambia, do you know the time HIV was first announced in Kenya? And the time it was declared a problem was such a short space of time compared to the people who had HIV. And people were like,
wait,
you guys really doing it out here? Like, usherati iko kumbe.
Hey, y'all are busy.
Yeah, y'all are busy. So they're like, the math ain't mathing. You guys pretend to be nice and out here. It's just that our generation, there's proof of it outside.
That's
there's
true.
OnlyFans.
There's OnlyFans. There's nudes.
There's Telegram.
Hey, who?
Telegram. So, like, basically, ni kwa sababu they can see it now. It's more pronounced. But I don't think people have always been sexually starved as they are in every generation. Think about Sodom and Gomorrah, my guy.
Okay,
it's a good book.
Yes, Sodom and Gomorrah.
Do you know how bad you have to be that God is like, no, you guys, you've gone too far. I will burn every single one of you to ashes. And you anyone who looks behind while running away will become salt. Do you know how bad you guys have to be to... Hey.
And you want to know what's even worse? He had previously offed a bunch of people with water. This time he's like, nah, water's too good for you.
You guys deserve fire. And even those people who I'm saving, who are running away, if they look back at what I'm doing to you, they turn into salt. Bro, let me tell you, there's never been a generation that can say, at us we've been pure. It just gets out there more.
Yeah, like... The belief is that it's always gotten worse. Yeah. And that's sort of when Gomorrah story is wild, because that's the very first time when looking back at it has had bad consequences. Anyways, besides the point. Yeah, like, I feel like it's always been a generation thing where they think that the next generation is worse than they are.
Yeah.
But I feel like this time, there could actually be a driving force, because on one end, yes, the debauchery has always been there. Usherati has always been a thing. It's just that it was very hush-hush. But now we're getting to a point where, because more people are talking about it, more people are posting it up online, there's more of these stories coming out, there's more and more people that feel more inclined towards doing it. The whole, because it's being normalized, then it's probably not that bad if I do it.
Yeah.
But so, like, don't you feel like that might actually be making things actually worse? Or is it just a moral issue where it's like, if your morals allow sour, if your morals are like water, then
you adjust when it comes.
Exactly.
I think there's an aspect to, it's not really about morals per se. I think when you look at how people behave today, there's an element of normalization, because eventually things get normal.
Yeah.
But it gets worse for the previous generation, or the generation that is critiquing, when they become caregivers or parents. That's when it stops being bad. Because think about it. We've had friends. We've seen the friends who do these things. You've probably done them yourself. But until the point where you have someone you care about... until you have someone you care about in the age group that's coming next, that's when you start to get worried. Right?
Yeah.
Because when you're, it's just you know when to stop, you know when to like put a break on it.
Yeah, you have rules to your way that you're playing the game.
Yes. So now comes another person who has a completely different experience, because now that's the thing also this generation is realizing. The reason why we are so different from our parents is because we're playing by different rules.
True.
So you can't use that argument on your care, the people who gave you care, and expect that when you become a caregiver, that application does not apply. So the kids who come will also be playing by different rules. So when you start to see those kids doing the same things that you are okay with seeing, like for example, you're a man, right?
Yes.
If you're on TikTok and you see a babe shaking nyash, you linger around for a second and then you scroll by, and then like, good sight for sore eyes, right? You linger, you go.
Oh, but the tickle isn't really there though. But
wait until you have someone in that age group doing those TikTok challenges, and then suddenly you start to feel like a little anger. You don't know where that anger is coming from. And then you start to think, watoto wa siku hizi wanakuanga aje. The moment that thought comes into your mind, know you've transitioned.
Okay.
It's very weird. It's a weird place to be.
Yeah. Although I feel like I've had that in a few of my more personal interactions. Fortunately, you know, I still pull out. As far as my knowledge is concerned, I am not a father.
As far as you know.
Yes, as far
very
as I know.
Very good to add that caveat. Very important.
Yeah, because out here...
Until you meet someone who looks carelessly like you, and they're just living life.
Well, or I become a politician and I pass on. Then...
Oh my Lord. I feel you. You see, like for me, I've seen it with my cousins. I get along very well with my cousins, and I've seen them grow up.
Yeah.
Recently, we were at a family event somewhere, and I held a 10-minute conversation with my 14-year-old cousin about career choice.
Oh.
And it wasn't like me talking at them. We were discussing about how she feels this influences them. Another one is telling me, I want to become this because I feel this is what I'm good at. Yeah. They're so incredibly aware, right? So the moment that I understand they're so intelligent, I start to get worried about what is being put out on the social media platforms.
Yeah.
So now, suddenly, I become the very people that I used to. It's a cycle.
Exactly.
So it's really a cycle. Tunazungukananga tu hivyo.
So you believe that the cycle just continues. It's just that it moves from generation to generation, and then eventually you'll be a grandparent, and you're like, you know,
eventually you just like, you know what? You can't really change people. Whatever it is. Like, they just leave you.
It is what it is.
Let me tell you, grandparents will give you the most weird advice. Like when they get to that, I don't give a
rat's ass. Yes.
They tell you the most diabolical stuff.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, usioe haraka.
Yeah, like I've heard grandmothers, like not necessarily even Kenyan ones, even abroad. Like I've listened to like old women in like the 70s, 80s, sometimes even 90s, and they're being asked, "Oh, so what advice would you give?" Mother of 5 is like, "Don't marry
Don't
early."
marry early. Don't get married.
Hey, don't get
it's
married.
not even worth it. And you're like, you've been in a marriage for 35 years.
55. 55 years she's been married.
So I was about to tell you about stories that have blown my mind.
Exactly.
There was one that really sticks out I did in 2023 or 2023, late 2023, was about pharmacies along Thika Road.
Interestingly enough, I think that one blew up quite a bit.
It's blown up twice.
Yeah, because I watched it a
earlier
few
this
times.
year. I posted it earlier. It's just a repost. Like they showed me that on this day post,
Yeah.
and then I just posted it, and it went viral again. Let me tell you, that one got me. The amount of, as you say, debauchery in that segment, like people out here even altering HIV tests and whatnot.
Wait.
Yeah, like they have actually, because the advice in that video was, ukienda kutest na mtu akwambie kuna chemist najua, kataa. Chukueni mat ya 20 bob muende mtaa ingine mkatestie huko kwenye ajui mtu.
Wait.
Yes.
Hold up.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
That one got me.
Wait, from the self-test kits, like, is it that it's something that you can alter, or if you go to the chemist and they do the test for you there?
They go to the chemist. So they're like, oh, you want to test? Twende kuna place kwa hapa karibu. So you're there, you're following them. Side eye test for yourself, my guy.
Wait, that was the same story where apparently there's people that actually go and collect their drugs from the chemist, but they still leave them. Then they go and they pick them periodically. Or which one was it?
I think it was part of the same one. There was also another one where like wababas are sick a lot, wamamas are sick a lot, so you are just there. The pharmacy guy who has set up a pharmacy just below the Airbnb you're going to enter just looks at you and is like, oh, I wish you knew you are
on
which
to the
number
next
you
one.
are, right?
Hey.
That one got me. There was another one that I did quite a while back about how people, their first encounter with bullying and body shaming, especially for women, comes from right from their mothers. Yeah.
I feel like that one, even for me, I kind of picked up on it from some of the interactions that a friend of mine would tell me about, like some of the arguments they'd have with the mom. And this was like before she moved out, as she was busy working towards it. And some of the stuff the mom would say about how, oh, you know, if you can't do this, how do you expect to keep a man? Blah blah blah. Like you'd hear some of those comments, and
Let me
you're
tell
like,
you.
What?
I did a bit of research on that topic just to be enlightened, because I was like, your mother is not I get they're toxic mothers, but the rate of women who are commenting saying my mother shames me for my body was too much. I had to like look into a few female content creators, read a few things, just do a bit of research.
Yeah.
I found that mother-daughter jealousy is actually a phenomena. And there's a whole explanation to it that blew my mind at the time.
What, besides Oedipus complex?
What the hell is that?
Oh, all right. So Oedipus complex essentially is this sort of, okay, it was believed by some guy that the very first person that you're attracted to is your parent because of the first person that they see.
Okay.
And how you end up being attracted to like the next group of people is based off of you learning from your parents. So they basically start off as the quote-unquote first love, and then you pick up from that.
Okay.
But there's other people that have tried to stretch it in that you can look at it as if, for example, you started from like, you're attracted to this parent, but you might also see the other parent as competition. So you actually find that, especially if it's a parent of the same gender as you guys might be competing. So like, yes, you're the mama's boy, but you don't get along with your dad.
Yeah.
Or your daddy's girl, but you don't get along with your mom. And that's been something that I guess some people have believed, and it's been seen that way. But yeah, I bet your phenomenon's way more specific.
I mean, it has something to do with that, especially the competition part.
Yeah.
But there was this one very interesting video I found from a content creator on TikTok. talking about, well, ideally, let's start from the ideals of it, right?
Yeah.
The ideal of it is generally when you come together with another person,
Yeah.
make a baby, ideally the baby is supposed to be better genetically than you. So ideally, even your body,
Yeah.
even your own subconscious will pick somebody you find attractive for you. So you are rigged to pick someone who you consider the ideal partner for yourself, and attraction is one of them, and beauty is one of them. So we pick each other based off those metrics, right? It's the way of the gene pool getting better. It's supposed to get better, not worse. Right?
Exactly.
So
which is why
objectively-
you're not supposed to do it with your cousins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, home sweet Alabama might say different, but objectively, we are supposed to be hotter than our parents, right?
Oh.
And our kids are supposed to be hotter than us, right? Calm down. Follow with the thought process,
No,
man.
no, it's because I've met some babes who
Hey.
they're okay, but their moms are fine.
Hey. That hiyo ni taste yako bwana. Kama unapenda wa mama useme unapenda wa mama. Usipitie njia refu. Anyway, so like objectively that's how nature has designed it, right? So now tell me, here you have a woman who's given birth to a daughter who is objectively finer than her. So the level of beauty the daughter has as a result of her getting together with the dad is something she herself has never experienced. Ever had the movie, I don't know which movie it is, that says, I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess?
Yeah.
That. So how...
Wait, was that the Forbidden Kingdom?
Don't even know. I've just seen the meme about
anyways,
it.
yeah.
So like, this woman is faced with a problem she does not even know what to do with. So
Yeah.
you have all those babes, because pretty privilege is a thing. I have people around me that I know that are very pretty, that would get into rooms just because they are pretty, right?
Yeah.
So assume the mother was not that. How do you explain to your daughter that it's not necessarily the worst thing if a man just gives you something for free? But you, because you never got something for free, you already have a very negative connotation towards something free. So what happens is they start calling their daughters hoes.
Damn.
And that could apply with beauty and could also apply with figure. Unapata dem akona figure ya kukata na shock. Figure 8. Na yeye ndo wa kwanza kwao. Sasa mamake anamwambia unavalia hizi nguo ndo wanaume wakutake. So she has to wear baggy clothes. She has a bad self-image towards herself. Why?
Yeah.
Because?
Yeah, because of...
Yeah.
Hey, that is tricky. That is tricky.
Right? So those are some of the stories that have stood out for me.
Oh, okay. So now moving over towards politics, because I feel like we probably could go on with this for eons.
Yeah, for sure.
This is an interesting time. Oddly enough, like we were supposed to have recorded like what, 2 maybe 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But before then, Baba hadn't passed.
Yeah, Baba hadn't passed.
Yeah, before
Tanzania are all going through an election.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But first of all, like even speaking about Tanzania, do you feel like the election period for Tanzania right now, I know Uganda's is next year.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they affect Kenya's election behavior to some degree?
I think it's the reverse. I think Kenya affects them. Because if you think about even the protest, we're only seeing protests in Tanzania because there was a lot they've borrowed now today from us. In fact, they've done some wherever they're protesting, they've done some bits better because as we went home after the protests, then I had a Tanzanian on TikTok somewhere saying, muliona Wakenya ambavyo walienda nyumbani, jeshi la polisi liwafuata nyumbani. Hakuna kuenda nyumbani hata kama wameweka curfew. So they didn't go home, right? So I think it's the reverse. Like we affect them.
Yeah.
But they're coming out of their shells democratically now. The citizenry, not the leadership.
True.
The leadership would just wish it stays the same way.
Of course.
So who would have thought Tanzanians would protest? You have to be really down bad for Tanzanians to protest against you.
Exactly.
They don't even like to walk fast.
Yes.
So kuwarushia mabomu ya machozi is what they call tear gas. It's crazy, eh? Yeah.
So a lot of what's happening right now can be traced back to the Gen Z movement.
100%.
So to some degree, you feel like it's moved the political needle
100%.
in a different direction.
Completely good.
Yeah.
incremental steps, because we are also learning on the job as
Yeah.
young people who are trying to push for a different way of thinking.
Yeah.
So, but definitely the needle is definitely falling on the right side. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. But okay, especially considering that one of our young brethren decided, okay, I'm not gonna call him a sellout. I feel like everyone's called him a sellout.
Yeah.
Considering that he decided to switch up a little bit and move with the older guys, do you feel like that might continue to propagate what's been there before? Because
I know. Are we talking about the guy I think we're talking about?
yes, the guy with a lot of hair.
Let me just say it. You see, Casmo, for anybody who's politically smart, Casmo is always going to end up in the political space.
Yeah.
So, him turning, I also tell people this, and I like to be very candid. There is no reward for doing good.
That's true.
I've done good, and I'll share in a different episode. I've done good, and I don't do good to get a pat on the back.
Yeah.
Because whatever I'm doing and it's good for me, if it works, I'll benefit.
Yeah.
Right? So at the point where I think, I'm not saying that Casmo was completely right, but I
Yeah.
am saying at the point where he was, what ODM and Baba offered him, he could not get from the movement. At some point, he was running for his life. So
Yeah.
If Baba can save you from running for your life, self-preserve, by all means.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Although I feel like maybe how the switch up happened was probably the bigger issue.
Yes. How he had approached it was definitely the issue.
Yeah. But speaking of Baba, do you feel like the passing has created probably the most volatile political
100%.
environment? Yes,
You're
I will
going to
repeat
see-
that. The most volatile political environment this country's
You are
had.
going to see a lot of drama in the next 6 months. That I can tell you for sure.
Yeah, the
A
power
lot of-
struggles.
The power struggles.
Uh-huh.
The fact that Baba's seat cannot be occupied by one person anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Based off the stature of the man, how he led ODM, it is impossible for you. I had someone raise a very interesting argument. In Luo Nyanza, where his base is solid, right?
Yeah.
Good candidates would come up, like 3, and he would tell them, you two leave it for this one. We are looking at the bigger picture. If you guys fight, it's going to affect me. And they would be okay and they would stop because he was Baba. How
Yeah.
are you going to tell them now that when he's not in the picture?
I
had
remember-
someone argue that and I was like, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the whole story of how Junette managed to get in and how the guy went, sat with Baba.
Yeah.
Up until the guy made one phone call.
Yeah.
One phone call is what ensured that the guy got in.
everything. Yeah. And now you see, if somebody like Juneta Kijita ng'ombe ya Baba, you understand him because
That's true.
why? So I know like his position has been so larger than life. It can't be sat down by one person. So they'll have to do a very collaborative effort.
Yeah.
And I don't see it happening.
I
Have
also
very
don't
little faith.
expect it.
Yeah.
But don't you think that makes it easier for the other side to basically come and just ruffle the feathers and lie to people and get them on their side?
They can, but they're not. It's not a direct inheritance. There are some people who are gonna say, us we're gonna support Kalonzo because he supported Baba for the longest time. That's a story that you can find there.
True.
Us we're gonna support Mr. Wantam because he gave Baba a state funeral. We were in broad-based.
Which I honestly feel like that wasn't even anything that big, but apparently
It was
people
well-
consider
it
it,
was-
to be
it was
a huge
within
thing.
his powers.
Yeah.
It was within his powers. It's the least he could do. He couldn't bring him back to life. So give him a state funeral.
But also he was a former PM, so I don't think that a
he
state funeral
deserved it,
was
right.
Yeah.
It was expected. But however, when you look at the dynamics of how they've come from, they've never gotten a state funeral for even somebody who was a former VP.
Oh,
who was his father, Jaramogi.
Yeah.
The stalwarts of that region, like Tom Mboya, Ochieng Oneko, they didn't get them. So
Wait, they didn't get a state funeral?
No, they didn't get a state funeral. That was I think that was the first, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, so that's why it perceptually looked big.
Okay. But do you feel like the biggest failure that Baba had was that he didn't really appoint a successor?
It was impossible to. Because how did he come up into it, right? He didn't come up into it through being given.
Yeah,
he also
through
took it,
mentorship,
so somebody
right?
has to take it.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting outlook.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Because more often than not, people always talk about, like if he had a successor, it would have been easier. But
you don't succeed. That's not your family where you can just appoint your son. No, people give him millions. People give him resources, cars.
True.
Like you can't just say this is the person now you're going to follow. I followed you because I believed in you. How am I going to transfer my belief in you in you to this other person?
I don't know. I almost kind of felt like there could have been some mentorship.
Mentorship was there for sure.
Yeah.
Even this jostling you're seeing is as a result of mentorship.
Oh yeah, from the Kina Sifunas and
Yes,
so on.
there is the Sifunas. There are others who are coat hangers, of course.
Of course.
Those people who just got elected by shouting "baba, baba, baba."
Yeah.
Those guys are there. But then there is the real mentorship, and you'll see it pop up. Those are the people who are still fighting for the things that ODM stood for. Because I have friends in ODM, I know some things, so yeah, don't want to speak too much.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's gonna end up on YouTube.
And on TikTok, so
Exactly.
yeah.
But with that said, future political aspirations, because I know right now you're in a lot of youth leadership.
Yes.
What's the next plan? What's the next step?
Future political leadership, I am going to definitely be elected at some point.
Okay.
So you can use this as a reference point. Sitakuzimia simu. So, but yes, I do want to be elected, and I want to be a member of parliament.
Okay.
Members of parliament are in three categories. That's the member of parliament, the actual member of National Assembly,
Yeah.
the county women rep, and the senator.
Yeah.
I want to be a member of National Assembly.
Since
Of
you don't want to
course,
be women rep.
Yes, I can't be women rep. So I want to be an MP because I believe MPs can solve 80% of our problems if they wanted to. And
That's true. In my opinion as well.
Time has run out so fast because that's something I wanted to explain on how MPs are the problem. In fact, as people say Ruto must go today,
Yeah.
if they say Ruto must go and they elect thug MPs, those thugs will impeach your Jesus president and install their own Satan president.
Yeah, because we've had a thing where we elect celebrities that are known for the worst things.
Absolutely. So, like, lawmaking shouldn't be something that you joke with. I even tell people when I'm doing civic education,
Yeah.
you can mess with the executive because executive rules are guided by what parliament sets.
Yeah.
So, if you don't have an MP who can make a proper law, then you're going to suffer. And just an example before we finish, look at something like SHA. How do you expect MPs to legislate over SHA while their cover takes them to MP SHA? How?
Bars.
Yes, studio, bro. Yes,
Bars.
studio. But yeah, I think MPs. I definitely want to become a member of parliament in the future.
Yeah. So you want to go the straight MP route, or you want to do the MCA MP?
No, I'm gonna do straight MP.
Oh, okay.
Why do I want to do MCA? Because of? Not because I'm bigger than that position, by the way. It's because I believe I can best solve the problem where, in spite of everything else, right?
True.
I am also a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
I think I am best suited. I've been in youth leadership.
Yeah.
At some point in time, my expertise will best serve where I can influence policy and law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That does make a lot of sense. I think most people expect a progressive move. They aren't ready for that exponential of a jump. But I love the fact that you want to do it, because at least I know that someone that I personally believe in can actually go and try to effect change. The problem is, I know that considering that you're going up against basically like 250 at this point, like other MPs, it can be harder to push things.
To push things for sure.
Yeah, but at least the fact that we have someone that, or at least that I know that there's someone out there that understands why he's fighting and what he's fighting for, makes things a lot better.
And there's also the fact that, yes, I do agree there will be other 289 MPs.
Wow, that's even worse. Yes, definitely
that
not
are
300.
Not me,
Yeah.
but we don't need all that. We just need a couple of more guys like me.
Yeah.
Set in their beliefs, good beliefs. We might disagree on the process, but good beliefs.
Yeah.
You just need to have faith that those people will be in parliament.
Yeah.
At different stages, from different constituencies at the same time. You'll see change.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would want to go for MP at some point in time. But right now I'm squarely saying one term.
So 2027 might be a little bit too soon, but slightly further ahead.
Yes, 2032 for sure I'll be on the ballot. 2027 I'm working towards something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're working towards something else, I'm sure you've got a pretty good plan for it.
Absolutely. Have
Especially
you known
considering
me
the
not
way
to have
you
a
are
plan?
trying to get into like the president of like law school. Oh.
When have you known me not to have a plan in mind? I definitely have a plan. Call me again and we'll talk about how I've seen the state call my fellow young people, my friends, terrorists. How I ended up leaving the position of being a national youth leader in a different party. The one that
this
you know me
is
of.
this is definitely a discussion we're going to have in a different episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So where can people find you?
I mean, everywhere. Just search up Wesley Jeff, or my username is its_JWes. JAYWES.
Okay. Any parting shots?
Mchukue kura.
Agreed.
Which camera do I look at? Ni gani?
Oh no, yours is that one.
Mine is this one.
Exactly,
Please.
mine is one. It's Chukweni Kura.
Let me tell you, if you guys are just sitting there and saying one term, or you want change and you're not willing to do anything for that change, make sure that you have a vote and you actually go queue the vote. Let me just pass short with this one. Okay. I started something called Curaçao Nawes, right?
Yeah.
Where I want to mobilize 1,000 people. I don't even want many. 1,000 people who definitely will not vote for William Ruto.
Okay.
The reason for this is because I sat down with a member of parliament at some point and he told me, "Unaona mtu anataka ningesema kukunia but wacha nisitumie lugha baya."
Yeah, he wants to take a shit on you.
Yeah, he wants to take a dump on your head. He told me, you see you Gen Zs, mdomo ndio mingi. One, hamna kura. Na two, kama hata mtapata hizo kura, you guys are too lazy to go and queue to vote for 6 hours.
Too lazy, huh?
Too lazy, huh? Let me tell you, so I told myself I will register 1,000. Mimi peke yangu kama Wesley nita register 1,000 wenye watapigia William Ruto kura. If there are 100 Wesleys, how much hizo ni kura ngapi?
100k.
100k. Ruto alishinda na kura ngapi 2022? What? 200,000. Na alikampaign miaka ngapi? 8. Hivyo tu.
Yep, that is definitely a parting shot. That is definitely a parting shot. Wes, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. It's been a blast.
Thank you so much. It's I wish we could go on for hours.
It flew so fast, man.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it again and again and again.
Yeah, definitely, man. And thank you to you, the listener, and to you, the viewer, for at least listening all the way till the end. Of which, if you liked what it is that you had, if you didn't like it, if you have a different form of feedback, or if you would like to suggest another potential topic or potential guest that I can have on the podcast, then the social media links are always in the description. My DMs are always open, and I would love to hear from you. And also get you to follow me, because followers and shit, like, as in like him. But anyways, all in all, thank you so much for listening, and I will catch you guys
in the next one.
on the next break.